Y'all, I don't watch the Braxtons, right? I asked y'all if y'all wanted me to cover it, and y'all said no. But I have got to talk to y'all about this latest episode that I just saw. And now I'm wondering, girl, you should have did this daggone review of the Braxtons. Anyway, let's talk about it, shall we? Oh, yes, we shall. A sweet old auntie. Thank you, subscribers, and my nieces and nephews, and all of y'all who have been here through the long haul. Shall we get into it? Oh, yes, we shall. It's time for Auntie Advice. Sweet old. It's time for Auntie Advice. Oh, yeah. It's time for Auntie Advice. Everybody, this is Auntie, and if this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. To all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for hitting that subscribe button and joining this family. To all of my nieces, nephews, and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. Welcome, Barbara. Welcome, 1161 Linda. Hello there, Charlotte Bain. Got to shout out my members. Hi, everybody else. Hey, Miss Bella. Hey, Colleen. You were the first one here. Hi, sweetie. How are you doing? Y'all, I asked y'all. I mean, when I tell you that I asked y'all, do y'all want me to cover the Braxtons this season? The majority of y'all said no. Now, I sat my butt up there today. I had some things I had to do, and I ended up stumbling, like falling, tripping, sliding into an episode of the Braxtons. Now, the last time I saw the Braxtons, they had some issues that was going on. But all of this that's going on right now, I ain't have a clue. All I saw was a girl sitting in a conference room with Toni Braxton, Trina, Tracy. No, Tracy is gone. What's the other one's name? Towanda and Tamar. And child, they up in that mother fighting. Tamar pulling hair. Like, where is Ayala Von Zant when you need her? Now, I hear Toni saying, okay, I thought that we was all going to come together and talk about mom and her heart surgery. Now, I didn't even know that Miss Evelyn had heart surgery, okay, because I ain't been watching them for a while. But honey, when I looked at this daggone thing, it was so many accusations going on downtown to the table, and I had no idea that Towanda was bald headed. Okay, it looks good on her. She got a cute little shaped dome, but I ain't never been one for Towanda. I have never liked her. And I just wish that Tracy didn't go. Like, I mean, she was the best out of all of them to me, in my opinion. She was straight up. She wasn't for the Foo-La-La and stuff like that. It's always the best. Golly. I just love me some Tracy. I think that's when I stopped watching. Anyway, like I said, I blame y'all that I don't know what's going on fully because I asked y'all straight up. I asked y'all straight up. Should we be covering the practice? No, I don't watch the practice, Auntie. And I'm all out the damn loop. So I got to chat PT and find out how it started and what the going on. Y'all done made me mad. So I asked Chat GPT. I said, look, what the is going on? Because I cuss with my chat GPT. Okay. She understands me and I understand her. She knows. Anyway, that's our business. So I said, what is the show about and how did this get started? What are they fighting about? How did it get started? What the show has what's going on with this got egg on cease and desist? So ChatGPT said, okay, I'm gonna give you a high level. I'm gonna give you a high level view of what the is going on. It ain't no need of me covering it, but I am gonna come out here and talk my talk. So it says the Braxton sister, Toni Braxton, Tamar, Trina, and Towanda are starring in a new season. I said, okay. The show is presenting their attempts to reconnect, deal with long-standing issues, money, trust, loyalty, mental health, and navigate changes in their relationship. One major trigger, their mother, Evelyn, had health issues, heart surgery, and that supposedly brought them together for the family in one episode, okay? So this was an article that was put out today on primetime.com. The Braxton season 2 episode 4 recap sisters clash intensifies as Tamar opens up about the cease and desist issue and Toni fights back. So when I saw Toni was like talking third person, I was like, what is going on? Not Toni the Braxton. My aunt, who now has Alzheimer's, used to love Toni Braxton. I remember taking my aunt years ago when Toni first came out downtown to the Capitol Center. If you from the DMV area, you know what the Capitol Center was. And I took my aunt to the Capitol Center. She didn't have Alzheimer's then. She didn't have any signs of it. And boy, did we have a great night. I will never forget the way that my auntie acted when Toni Braxton came out on that stage. That was the best concert. I want to say it was Toni Braxton, and I want to say that the other person that was there was uh Frankie Beverly. Because I remember us joy, you know what I'm saying? And pain. It's like sunshine and rain, and Toni is out there singing her stuff. And I'm just like, oh my God, my aunt, oh my God, my aunt had a great. I've always loved her, but I can't sing her stuff because every time I sing her stuff on YouTube, I get flagged. Anyway, I digress. So it says in this thing, it says Tamar confronts her sisters over a cease and desist letter in the Braxtons season 2, episode 4, sparking tension discussing about money and family boundaries. Tamar confronted her sisters, questioning who disclosed her mother's address to the lawyer involved in the issue. So I know she was trying to figure out who did what and who gave it. And she said, I live in, but my name ain't on there. My name ain't on the mortgage. I was like, what the ghetto bullcrap is Tamar doing? I just was like, okay, she didn't really feel down. Why are you staying somewhere your name ain't on there? She's saying this to protect her little boy, right? But half the time when I see the little boy, like hither and thither, he be with Miss Evelyn cooking in the kitchen. So I'm just like, I'm confused. Like, where's Tamar living? And why does Tamar think that they got to go to one of the sisters to find the address? You're always out there in the street. You're going home eventually. How do you know ain't nobody follow you? Like, girls, stop. You can't make an assumption, in my opinion. Y'all let me know, y'all that have been keeping up with it, right? Let me know what's going on. Because when I saw this episode, I was like, why ain't nobody got me? Oh, God. So I'm sitting up there, Tamar, like, I want to know who did what and who nick and who gave my address out because, Tamar, it don't have to be nobody sitting at this table. The fuck is going on? It doesn't have to be anybody at this table. You know how easy it is to get your address? But anyway, something went down with Denise. I don't know what went on down with Denise. Y'all tell me downtown in the comment section, right? Summarize it for me. What's going on with Denise? See, I'm missing stuff because I didn't even know nothing was going on with Denise. But evidently something went on with Denise. Tamar said that Toni said we need to have her on the show. Toni was like, not your show. Your show is a chicken circuit. I'm talking about the Braxtons. But if it wasn't for Vince and Tamar being together, it wouldn't be no Braxtons. Like, what the hell? What the hell on? Let me keep reading. Tamar confronted her sisters, questioning who disclosed her address to the lawyer involved in the issue. The situation intensified as Toni defended herself while Trina and Towanda became drawn into the argument, which began as a conversation about family matters evolved into a broader conflict about trust, finance. Okay, they're keeping it a high level. So Tamar was like, y'all don't like me. Now, do I think that the sisters is jealous of Tamar? Absolutely. Do I think that Towanda has always been an a-hole? Absolutely. Absolutely. So then it said Tamar confronts Toni over. Tamar opened the discussion by confronting Toni about what she described as her sister's lack of support. So Toni was like, what you not going to do is sit there and say I ain't support you. And Tamar was like, I ain't saying you didn't support me and everything. I'm saying you ain't support me in this right here. So Toni immediately responded with a strong warning telling Tamar, don't challenge her. She was like, look, I'm Toni Braxton. Don't you with me? Now, you know, anytime I'm with Birdman, I can get down with the get down. Now, I'm trying to keep this persona like I'm up here, you know, and I'm all that in a bag of chips. But don't get it twisted. We will go straight up in here in a minute. They used to live, I think, in PG County or Baltimore. So in her confessional, Toni explained that she believed the gathering was intended to discuss the mother. Okay, she said the letter involved their niece Ashley, who had posted videos about family issues. Toni said she did not believe it was intended as an attack on Tamar. Tamar then questioned who provided her address to the attorney, while Trina explained that it was handled through legal channels. How does Trina know? Sitting back, stirring the pot. And see, I'm an outsider looking in. You could tell by Trina's whole body language that she know that Towanda had something to do with this. I ain't even looked at this show in like, what, 50 years? But I can see Trina's body language locked up. Okay, she already built like a Frigidaire anyway, right? She got the square shoulder. She's always had a weird voice and a weird body. But who am I to talk about it? I'm a fat bitch, okay? But I'm going to go ahead on and say what I need to say about her. She looked like a refrigerator to me, like a GE. Anyway, so she's sitting up there, right, and she going through, you know, saying you can look at the documentation. My name ain't in it. How you know it ain't if you didn't know it was coming? Sometimes, you know, people sit up there and they try to, you know, act like they ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but then the whole time in the whole conversation that they having, they got something to do with it. Okay, because how you know what your name is and it ain't in? It could be down in a footnote down on that month. Okay. So anyway, we so so Tamar was like, who gave the address out? Tamar maintained that her address was not in the document and stressed that it was a concern over her child. Tamar expressed frustration, explaining that someone came to her building with her name, raising concerns about her privacy. When Trina asked if someone had gone to the door, Tamar replied, calling it how she go. In the confessional, Tamar said, I'm a single mother and I spend a lot of money to keep my son safe and myself safe. I don't even know who dropped it off. I should have that right. Trina didn't deny any role in the matter, explaining in her confessional that the proof was clear and visible on the cease and desist document. How did Trina know what that was in the cease and desist document, emphasizing that her name did not appear anywhere? How did Trina know unless Trina saw the cease and desist? Was a cease and desist put out there on the social media streets? How did Trina know to have that defense if Trina ain't never seen the cease and desist and ain't talked to the lawyers or who? Like, first of all, who's Ashley? Is Ashley Tawanda's daughter? I'm so confused about what's going on, but I'm so interested. On the other hand, I'm interested in a month about what's going on. I'm so mad at y'all when y'all sat up there and told me, no, Auntie, we don't want you to review it. You know, we're not going to look at it. We ain't looking at it. And I'm trying not to look at the comments because there's too many people saying stuff. So that means either these new people or y'all lied and y'all looking at it, but y'all didn't want me to look at it. This thing is going, like, this thing is what? Oh, it's the brother daughter. Which brother? Michael? Hey, Candace, is it Michael? Candace, is it Michael? They only got the one brother, right? Ain't his name Michael? Thank you, boo. Okay. Candace slow. Okay, thank you, boo. Okay, thank you, sweetie, for coming up on the rear with the answer to it. Okay, Candace, now you're going to say yes. You moving all slow. Come on now, you're going to have to jump. I'm just kidding, boo. Okay. All right. What in the fuck is going on? So then it says, later the discussion Tamar told Towanda that she knew her address because she had been the one to cover her down payment for a house. Man, when she said that, Towanda sat up there, but Towanda was quick. She was quick off the tongue. But she was like, oh, yeah, thank you very much. Tamar said she gave her $50,000. Okay, so Tamar says down at the table, acting all crazy, needing a Yana to fix her life, her mouth, and everything else. Because Tamar is just ratchet ghetto. Tamar is the type of person that'll make you jump across the table with a fork. A fork. Because she loud, she bodacious, she disrespectful, she don't care about nobody. Like, young, you would be in the middle of eating a French fry with a fork with your pinky finger up, your legs crossed with your napkin on your lap, and jump across the table on Tamar. I mean, you got your fork turned the right way and everything. You have your proper knife. You're just doing what you're supposed to do. And the next thing you know, they have footage, Bean footage of you jumping across the table like Superman, honey, in a single bound. Like, young, I would have web stuff coming out. It like I'd be like Spider-Man. My little webby sisters would come out and webs be. And next thing you know, I'm on the outside of the table. You too much, young. You too much, young. Y'all know DC girls and Tamar Baltimore. Young. My spidey senses would have been tingling like I wouldn't even had the time to be Clark Kent and go up in a phone booth. I'm telling you, my spidey, I'm on the other side. That's the golden time of on the other side of the table. I don't like all that loud, bodacious talking and stuff like that. Like I ain't got that to do. Anyway, so the discussion later turned into finance when Tamar told Towanda that she knew her address because she had already given her $50,000. So Towanda saying it was $35 for 35,000. But the point of the matter is, Towanda, how the you not gonna pay Tamar her money back? All y'all use Tamar. I don't care what nobody said. I ain't looked at this show in a long time. Y'all let me know down in the comment section whether or not y'all think I'm right or y'all think I'm wrong about the situation and about the issue at hand. But here's what I know and here's what I remember. Tamar was that girl with Toni. And as much success as Tamar had, it wasn't until Vince and Tamar had their little show. I remember it. I was looking at it and I was reviewing it. Tamar is the one that put them on. Towanda always been the one with the least talent, in my opinion. Just my opinion. Put yours down in the live chat or in the replay. I'm sure Ray Della then already said put your comments in the replay. But Towanda been the one that been riding off for everybody while they sat and left Tracy at home because Tracy had a baby. So while Tamar is ghetto, it will make my spidey senses tingle. I absolutely do believe that they are jealous of Tamar. And they were saying something about we're gonna be out here for a while. Then they were saying something about Tamar didn't want to film the show with him. So did they feel like the show was in jeopardy? From my understanding, Towanda done asked Tamar to be in the wedding and the bridal shower and all that. She don't give a fuck about Tamar. She never has, in my opinion. She never has cared anything about really anybody but the ding dong that, you know what? Then she had the audacity to sit up there and talk about Tamar was with Tony's van. Tamar said, no, that was you, boo. And I believe it was her. Because she was always on the come up and just wasn't never enough. She wasn't enough. She was always going to be a background singer. She was always going to be the doo-wop girl in the back. That's you understand what I'm saying? That's what Towanda had. She had the doo-wop in the background. And you know what? Everybody got a role. Toni needs somebody when she breathe. Okay, she needs somebody in the background. Breathe again. Breathe again. Y'all understand what I'm saying? But play your role, young. Stay in your role. Now she getting married. Married to who? I'm just confused as and I need to say it again. I'm mad at y'all because y'all told me, Auntie, no, we don't want you to review this, Auntie. Don't review this, Auntie. I'm so mad at y'all. I don't know what to do. Got all this stuff going on out here on the streets, and I'm sitting up here going, what is going on? What the frick is going on? So Michael daughter that came out with some tea. But they ain't never really cared nothing about these people's other kids. Am I missing something? It always been about Toni Braxton. Tamar wasn't supposed to have the level of success that she had. You know what? Don't make me. Don't make me. Don't make me. Tamar said that she gave the girl the money. The girl told her she was going to get the money back. She said, next thing you know, she's showing up as a creditor on there. Towanda done robbed the girl, according to her. Someone, it was a gift. Ain't nothing no gift. In her confessional, Towanda recalled that Tamar had expressed a desire to help her get your house. Yeah, help you. Not buy the mother. Not put the down payment on there. Help you, mother. Then Tamar said she been on some phone bill and she been charging it to her credit card. I know you been lying. Tamar revealed that she had found out that she had been part of a 6-line family plan for several years without her knowledge. Towanda questioned the claim, asking if Tamar was referring to her phone bill. During the exchange, Toni tried to calm the discussion by reminding them that families should support one another. Bull crap, Toni. When you been supporting anybody? I wait. I wait. I mean, no shade to Toni, but Toni be doing her own thing. Toni show up when the camera. You know what, Auntie? Slide on by. Tamar responded firmly, emphasizing that while families should help each other, it should not involve taking advantage of each other. You goddamn right. In her confessional, Towanda stated, "You don't want to go blow for blow with me because I know where the body's buried." Well, dig them up the zop. Let's dig up all the graves. Those that we can, we gonna when we dig them up, we gonna cremate them. Let's burn all of this. Let's dig up all the bodies. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. See, what? Let's go. Cause what you ain't gonna do is have nothing weighing on my head. You ain't gonna have nothing on me. You ain't gonna be able to blackmail me. Let's talk about all this shit. You wanna go there? Let's go there. And then the only thing that you come up with is something that you, if you really love to, you know what? Let me walk for a minute. Hold on, y'all. Cause wait a minute. I'm coming right back. I just need to walk. See, here's what's foul about the situation and the circumstances at hand. This is what's foul about this. If you really love Toni the way you love Toni, you would have never let that go to the grave. You gonna sit up here and say that Tamar was messing with Toni's man? You buried that? But now all of a sudden you want Toni to know? So that means you really wasn't fucking with Toni either. If you was burying that. And when did Tamar ask her to bury him? I'll wait. Tamar said you was the one that was fucking him. That's why it's buried. Okay? Here's what we not gonna do. We ain't gonna dig nothing out without some additional casualties out here. Cause see, the whole grave that you dig or you that you bring up, you make sure you gonna dig a hole for your goddamn self. Okay, trust me on that. You wanna start talking about bringing up some bone? Let's get everybody about this. Like we had a zombies out this. Let's do it, Tawana. Let's do it. I can't stand nobody with no threat. You're going to have to come through with it because I'm going to push you and make you come out your trick bag. Let's talk about everything. We can go back to when we was 5, bitch. We can go all the way back to when we was 5. Because that's when you know you lying and you know you're not winning the argument because now you want to bring somebody else in it. Let Tamar and Towanda go toe to toe. Then Trina sit up there with her non-speaking ass, right? And she, oh my God, you two told me stop cussing. I'm sorry, you too. I'm acting like Tamar. But I tell you what we not gonna do. You ain't gonna have nothing over my head, young. Let's put all the cards on the table. Matter of fact, lock the doors. Get production out of here. Somebody pull their cell phone out. Put that joint up on a kickstand. We got any books to stack that up against? Because what we gonna do is we gonna get raw footage off our cell phones because we about to scrap a that dap up in here. That's what we about to do. Production, y'all can leave out. We don't need security or nothing. Let the best win. We be dragging each other up out of here. I love my sister. I'm a fighter right now. But if something happen, I will give her CPR. Oh, this mother. Towanda with that boy. And I ain't even looked at this, but this is how I'm feeling about the situation. Yeah, Tamar ignorant. Yeah, Tamar do little dumb stuff. She always out there in the news doing something dumb. And I just be, skipping the loo, my darling, and not talking about it and everything. Because my people done told me they don't want me talking about it. They'd rather me cover some scripted 90-day fiance than have me out here talking about this stuff. Tamar said, you want to go there, honey? Let's go there. Talking she ain't going to be nobody's verbal punching bag. Then stop throwing the rock and hiding your hand in. Tawana, stop throwing the rock and hiding your hand. Let's go. Blow for blow. Let's do it. Let's do it, y'all. Ain't nobody scared. And tonight I'm feeling quite froggy. So all you got to do is show me a couple lily pads. The show, they say the show, what's the fighting about? So ChatGPT said, all right, Bessie, let me tell you what it's about. So ChatGPT said, here are the key conflicts, Auntie, that I need you to focus on. And I don't need you to be cussing. Tamar alleged that her sister gave or allowed the family attorney to send her a cease and desist. Then Tamar claimed that she loaned Towanda $50,000. Some say the reports was 35. Don't make a difference. It was her money. Years ago as a down payment for a house, but now that the money hasn't been repaid or there's a disagreement whether it was a loan or not, Tamar is calling that out. She also claims that her credit card was used to pay. So Towanda just broke. Towanda balled and broke. That's what's going on. And she jealous of Tamar. And you ain't gonna tell me she ain't. But one thing that I liked about Tracy was Tracy kept it real about everything. How she felt, how she didn't feel, all that kind of stuff. I'm telling you, I hate that because most of the time the person I'm telling y'all that go be the one that's the rock, the one that's the authentic one. They always be the first ones to go. I hate that for this family. Anyway, keep going, Auntie. Don't you get emotional out here because ain't nobody got time for no tear to be slipping out your eye. But I'm going to tell you, that broke me when Tracy passed away. Towanda and the others are accusing Tamar of being unpredictable or using her mental health and past issues to manipulate ways and being the aggressor in the family situations. So on November the 1st, Prime Timer said the entire family is a mess. The Braxton's fans reacted to Wanda, Toni, and Trina's fight with Tamar during their reconciliation dinner. The is going on. So they said up in this camp, Toni and Towanda Braxton locked horns with Tamar after pointing fingers at her mental health. The Braxtons returned with a new episode on October yesterday on Halloween, the segment Tamar, Toni, Towanda, and Trina came together to try to clear up the air with the issues in the family. The argument came. Look at this. I mean, these people, they believe in the ad, don't they? Got that? Everybody got to get paid. Tamar believed that it was okay, so we seen that. However, things didn't go as planned as Trina, Toni, and Towanda. Y'all, this is coming from primetimer.com. Towanda, okay, wait, okay. However, things did not go as planned as Trina, Toni, and Towanda decided to call in the family lawyer and make it a lawyer and taking legal action. One thing led to another, and the sisters started locking horns from accusations about stealing money from Tamar and getting involved with Toni's man, to Toni's pointing fingers at Tamar's mental health, and Towanda threatening to call the police. The episode saw the Braxton sister engage in physical fight. No, they wasn't fighting. No, we ain't see no physical fighting. All of them used mental illness against Toni against Tamar, because they know that Tamar on medicine, but all of them just need medicine, including Toni, in my opinion. It's a lot of hurt. It's a lot of hurt going on up in the family. And at least she got the right mind to go and get something. Let me tell you something. If you got mental illness and you're a little slow, or you got things that have triggered you and trauma that has gone on in your life, and things that you find yourself having, not being able to manage because you can't get your bearings and stuff. You walking around with brain fog and you angry and stuff. You get your medicine. And don't you let nobody make you feel ashamed of taking anything. I don't care what it is. There ain't nothing to be ashamed of when you go to a daggone therapist and the therapist say, look, I'm going to give you this to calm you down. If you can't manage it on your own, you take your daggone medicine. If they give you Xanax, you take your Xanax, whatever they give you. It ain't nothing to be embarrassed about. That's one of the stigmas that's been in the Black community for years. And you got people out here kirking and acting crazy, and all of us sitting back looking and saying that's mental illness, right? Something wrong with them. But you know what? What they do in the Black community. I'm just gonna go here and say what I got to say out this month. Okay, in the Black community, we medicate smoking weed and drinking and all that kind of stuff. No, go get the pill you need to get. Calm the down. Put it on the calm down, as we say. It's better than abusing your body in other ways. Trying to cope with. And then with social media, people be coming out here and cranking out, losing their minds. And you're going to have the audacity to make fun of somebody that went to the therapist, and the therapist said, look, boo, I'm going to go ahead on and give you this. I need you to take this every morning at 8 o'clock. It's a slow release on your, okay? So it's going to help you manage the rest of the day. Matter of fact, you in menopause, you perimenopausal, you about to not have your period no more. For those people that don't understand, here, I'm going to give you this estrogen patch. You take this month. Because see, what y'all not going to do is play with me. Here you go, sis. You know what I need you to do? I need you every day, okay, once a week. I need you to go ahead on. You're perimenopausal. You're going through some things. Put this patch on. Dress it up. Tattoo it. I don't care what. I need you to wear this every week. You're going to get you a new patch. You're going to stick a new one up on this, okay? That's what you're going to do. It's time out for trying to make people feel embarrassed about having mental illness or being perimenopausal or menopausal or just got a whole bunch of childhood trauma that you ain't been able to shake off and get rid of. We don't go in and tell the truth out this month. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And then at the end of the video, when the end of the video end, go on in the comment section, swipe across and hype this video. Y'all make sure y'all share this on y'all social media platforms, on y'all TikToks and stuff like that. Because what we going to do, what we do over here, Auntie's Advice, we tell the truth up at Auntie's house. So why would Toni even sit up there and try that crap? That don't make her look good. Because you're making fun of your sister having mental illness. It's a whole lot of people walking around here mentally ill and undiagnosed like a mother. When you see these young girls and these young guys and stuff like that going off in the daggone Walmart over a Snicker, that's mental illness. And half of them don't go to the doctor, so they ain't never been treated to get no medicine, so they can stop hurting people in their families, stop hurting people on their job, stop cussing people out in the store, making cashiers and Uber drivers and all this old kind of stuff. Then you know what? Y'all ain't ready for that conversation. Toni, shut the fuck up. Maybe if you took a couple of medicines, so some medicine, you wouldn't be having them bankruptcies. How about that? Allegedly. The fuck out of here with that bull crap. They said the Braxton fans were shocked and disappointed to see how the sisters fought each other. Somebody said the problem that they are having with Tamar is that she literally don't give up no more, and they can't take it. And once a month, don't give up no more, dead. God dang. That fan put it out there. If y'all think I said it, I didn't say it. I'm reading what's up on here. They said another one said they're gagging and jaded because Tamar is the star. That said, while Toni's 90s success may have not gotten, oh my God, I need to let y'all see this. Hold on, let me share this screen out this mother. Okay. I'm so mad at my people gonna sit up there and tell me that they don't want me to cover this. And this daggone show is hot. So here go what the other fans said. They said the problem that they're having with Tamar is that she literally don't give up no more. And they can't take it. And once MF don't DGAF no more, dead. The next fan said they're gagging and jaded because Tamar is the star. That said, while Tamar's 90s success, Toni's 90s success may have got them where they are now, Tamar is the reason why they're booked and getting a check, because no one would be watching without her. Another one said Towanda and Toni trying to weaponize Tamar's mental health was nasty work. Another person said Towanda says Tamar is mentally ill, but then turns around and tries to convince Toni to call and press charges. Tamar really should have slapped her. I ain't got it to I ain't got it to do with y'all. Y'all hear me? I ain't got this to do with y'all. Y'all play too much. Y'all play too much. Somebody else said, I'm sorry, but it's time to pull the plug on the hashtag the Braxton. The show has gotten so dark, and at some point, you have to know. Tamar exposing what her sisters have been doing, standing up for herself, and exposing the double standard is why her reaction is valid. This is clearly a reaction of frustration of years of gaslighting and her being painted the bad guy. Towanda is the main culprit. I knew that from the giddy up, from the break. From the break. From the burgundy break. She's talentless, in my opinion. Thank you so much, Charlotte Bain, for the 230. Charlotte Bain for the $5 super chat. Auntie, I will watch it now. You're gorgeous, beautiful, blessing. Love you. Love you too, Miss Charlotte. Who you talking to? Thank you, boo. Thank you so much, boo. Cause it ain't a joke. Especially when you get to be my age and that menopause will like be up on you. You don't know what you're gonna be taking. What kind of patch you gonna have. But if it changes the quality of your life, you do what you gotta do. Thank you, boo. Let me go on back. Okay. Calm down out here on this mother. Okay. So it says, Tamar believes the letter is symptomatic of a deeper issue that the family turned on her or is trying to sideline her. She says the cease and desist triggered the I'm done mode when she doesn't care anymore. Meanwhile, the show highlights have the conversation about the letter turned into a heated family dinner that dissolved into accusation, head pulling, and physical scuffle in one thing. And then the thing about it is, how in a whole ham sandwich, because I got to calm down because my DC is coming out. How in the ham sandwich does Trina stop a fight, get her, put her hand up in the middle like this, and then tell Tamar she ain't touch her? What the f is touching then? Is this a touch? Is that a touch? Is that a separating you with my fat arms? Is that, and I'm moving you to the side? Am I not touching Tamar? No, no, no. Granted, she ain't swing no punch, but you touch me. Oh, you touch me. Tell him, Tony, you're the star. Tony, you're no. Get the okay. Thank you, Boo. See, y'all must be looking. Tamar wanted Towanda last week, say another line, something like that, and she would let it all out. We haven't heard anything from Towanda since, and they want everybody to kiss her butt. You ain't even original. That little blue thing you had on your head, girl, come on, girl, stop. You and your friends not even original. You wanted Tamar to be a bridesmaid, I understand, but you can't stand her. But you know daggone well, y'all, all of y'all know y'all need Tamar there to film. Cause ain't nobody watching that without Tamar. You trying to be Bridgerton? You look like a, you know what, Auntie, don't do that. Don't do that. Auntie, don't do it. Stand down. But that wasn't Bridgerton, boo. It wasn't Bridgerton. And then the other girlfriend sitting over there like she was somebody's pastor's wife. Yeah, Toni couldn't be here. You're not getting the support that you need, but we're going to work this out. Toni said, look, I ain't got no backup singers. Angie Stone, rest in peace, boo, that passed away. I'm out here on tour. Ain't none of y'all bitches working. I'm the only one working out this mother. So you know what? You and your little Bridgerton baby bridal shower, y'all go head on with that. I'm out here doing what I got to do. Toni don't hardly come to none of that stuff because she, whatever. Okay, so yeah. So like I was saying, they said, well, we fully don't know the exact legal reason for the case. The cease and desist, the text message statement triggered. The show mentions that the latter, but okay, the fully accurate amount and status of the loan amount from Tamar to Towanda, we need to know. We need that in writing. Which sister gave Tamar's address to the lawyer? Trina? They said whether it was malicious, accidental. Trina? It's always a squeaky wheel. It's always the one that defend themselves. They the one that did it. Y'all done made me mad. I'm going to say it again. Y'all done made me mad. Tell my auntie don't cover this. Man, this show is hot as a firecracker. And I want to know what's going on with it. So if I got to come out here and get to doing what I do on Saturday nights and just talking straight off the dome and letting ChatGPT me, because I'm going to be looking at this. Because I'm going to tell you right now, just from me standing on the outside looking in, all of them conspiring against Tamar. Not that Tamar don't deserve some of the stuff that's going on based on what I saw with Tamar. Okay, because when she sat out there at that daggone thing and disrespected a Jan Levon's aunt from the DMV area like that, I ain't have it for her. I'd have ran up on her like a dump truck. I think I remember when Tracy didn't even want to film with them. Or was it that Tracy wanted the show to continue? I can't remember. I'm gonna have to go back and think about it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna have to go back. Tamar done kirked out. But I'm gonna tell you right now, she could only do that with her sisters. Who? A whole year later, he ended up getting a divorce and in jail. Who? Who is in jail and got a divorce? Who? Okay, okay, okay. That's what I thought. Okay. Tracy's son. You lying. The little sweet little Tracy's son that had the little girlfriend and the baby. You lying. I ain't know that. I did not know that. I did not know that. What season was this? What? Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Mm-hmm. Yes, she did. Tamar ain't have to yank. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. I ain't looked at this show in years. And I done came up on this episode. And I don't know why this episode, but yes, she did. Sometimes you got to show people. You show. Some people like show and tell. Sometimes you got to show people whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent. You got to show her. Because I'm going to tell you what Trina did. Trina put her hands on her. I had a lady that put her hands on me. And then when I kirked out on a lady, I was wrong. But I don't want nobody touching up on me. Don't run up on me. You run up, you getting done up. She was lucky she didn't get done up. Don't run up. Don't put your hands on me because I got a place, a issue, a serious issue with putting their hands on me unsolicited, uninvited. I cannot stand that. Don't rub against me. Don't bump me and don't tap me. And she was sitting up there tapping me. You don't know people. When Trina should have never put her hand on it. They had security up in there. If anybody was going to, first of all, Toni is the one that jumped up. Toni is the one that was the aggressor. From what I saw, now I'll go back and look at this again. But Toni was the one that pushed the table and jumped up in Tamar's face. So if you getting froggy and you leaping, let's go ahead on and leap. She put her hands on her. Whether she would put her hands on her aggressively or whatever, you put your hands, I'm going to tell you, like that lady, you put your hands on me, you're going to get what you're going to get. You don't know me. I don't know you. Don't you put your hands on me. It's simple as that. Everybody got this stuff. For me, I got space issues and I will tell you I do. I will be in the grocery store and be back up on my back. And I will tell you straight up, I have space issues. Can you please move back? Toni pushed that table back and she jumped up and Tamar's face. So if you up in my face, first of all, we all from the same area, right? They from Baltimore. I'm from DC. Is in DC. Live in DC. And it's just a code in every state. Everybody got their stuff. You got your stuff you can't do in North Carolina. You got your stuff you can't do in California. That's understood. You got your stuff in Chicago. That's understood that you can't do. You ain't going to be able to do that. You got your stuff over here in St. Louis that you can't do, right? You can't do in DC. You don't put your hand on nobody. You jump up from the table, we going. And you can't tell me how to react. And you can't tell me you Toni the Braxton. Because Toni the Braxton will be standing up on the stage with her. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, hypothetically, supposedly, maybe. In some scenarios, some people. You can't do what you want to do. Trina, you don't come up in there like that. Young, who the you think you are? She lucky that Tamar did not do when she came up in there like that, right? And Tamar went back. She got Tamar. She lucky that Tamar didn't come back like cow, cow. That was she lucky about. Yeah, she lucky about that. Everybody got this stuff that you can't do, and don't put your hands on me. Toni wants some. Let Toni get some. Toni is telling her, don't do it with Toni Braxton. She want to push the table back all aggressively. She want to clear the floor. Let's clear the dance floor. Let's dance. It's like, you're not supposed to. I don't know what, when you have your favorite person, it's all right to have your favorite person, because I don't have nothing against none of them, really, right? I ain't been looking at the show in eons, but when I saw the show, I reacted as, you know what I'm saying, regular schmagular. What would the regular person do? So you sitting there having a conversation with somebody and they push a table back on you, what's your reaction? It's fight or flight. It's fight or flight. It's one or the other. And Tamar don't look like one of them flight girls. So it's a fight. You certain things you just can't do. It's not acceptable. Not that you want to be out there fighting, but at this point it's fight or flight. You can't. And then they're trying to, I felt like it was a dig, because she was like, you come on, you're Toni, you're classy. Since when Toni been classy? I'll wait. Do I think that Tamar over the top? Hmm. I think Tamar has always been over the top. I think Tamar has been very spoiled, but I also think that Tamar has fed the family. I absolutely believe Tamar has fed that family. Toni started, and now Tamar has picked up the recipe to feed the family. Here's the thing: when Towanda came over there and said that Toni needed to press charges, go ahead, press charges. I tell you what, she was the aggressor. Tamar wasn't an aggressor. When Toni pushed that table back, Toni get what Toni need. Toni gonna have to be a tiger, young. She was the aggressor. So you can't sit up there and press charges because Tamar matched your energy. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna find out what's been going on, and then I'll come back out and I'll do my review on it, a full review. But today I just was like, I got to talk about this Foo-La-La that's going on downtown with the Braxtons, because I'm telling you right now, for all of you all who don't follow me and ain't never follow me and don't know who I am, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Because I asked my daggone people before the Braxtons even came. I asked my subscribers, my members, my nieces, and my nephews, do y'all want me to cover this? No, Auntie. No, Auntie, we don't want you to cover this. We ain't gonna watch it. It's 1,000 people in the chat. Let me look at this daggone thing on the backstage. Yeah, it's 1,000 people in the chat. They got me covering 90 Day Fiance bullshit. You said yes, Yazil? Okay, I'm going to go back and check the receipts. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, y'all. I'm up out of here. I'm going to go ahead on and look at it, find out what's going on. Let me find out about this little son getting locked up. I didn't know he had gotten locked up. It's so sad. This is so sad. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate y'all. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button and make sure you hype the video if you got any left for the week. I love y'all, and until we meet again, y'all be safe out there in those streets. And thank you so much to Charlotte for the $5 super chat. I love y'all. Okay, I truly do love y'all. All right, I'm out.